Hello students. See, last time we talked about how osmosis occurs, right? We talked about that how this transpiration of water and dissolved minerals, salts from the root to the stem, leaves, flowers and other parts of the plant takes place. And all these things takes place through xylem. I also told you that when water enters the roots, it moves upward. And there was one question that why water moves upwards. See, we know that according to the gravitation, the water should come down. But here, the water is moving upward after entering into the root. Now, why so? Why it can reach to the whole part, all the parts of the trees, whatever the length may be of the tree, right? So, is there any pulling force? Well, let's see that. So today our first question is, why water move upwards? Okay, see, we know that the root cells absorb water and mineral salts continuously from the soil naturally. So the first point is, root cells absorb water and mineral salts continuously from the soil. So if I'll show you with the help of this diagram, see here, these root hair, okay, or this root hair, they keep on taking water inside, and this process is continuous, and this continuous process kind of create or produce a force that pushes the water inside. See here, it pushes the water inside. So there is this pushing force here, right? So the root cells absorb water and mineral continuously from the soil, and this produces a force that pushes the water molecules upward. So there is one kind of pushing force. Now what happens is, when by this pushing force, the water goes upward and it reaches to these leaves, and we know that with the help of evaporation, this water gets evaporated through the leaves. And why they get evaporated? Because of the stomata, because stomata are there on the leaf surface, which are opening pores, right? So this water gets evaporated here. So one side here there is a pushing force, and on the other hand, or at the other end, there is this evaporation process going on. So water gets evaporated from the leaf surface through stomata, and this evaporation of water produces a pulling force. See, this is pushing here and this is going outside. So naturally, because it's going outside, this passage will remain blank, and so the pushing force will work continuously, right? So from one side it's coming inside, and from the other end it's going outside, and thus this whole process keeps on going on. So what exactly happens is, water gets evaporated from the leaf surface through what? Through stomata, and this evaporation of water produces a pulling force that causes the water molecule to move upward. Now, this upward movement of water and mineral is called ascent of sap. We know that water is going upward, right? So now this upward movement of water and mineral is called ascent of sap. Sap means watery substance that carries food through a plant. So, however, it is just water and mineral, it is called food for the plant, right? So, and because it's going upward, it is called ascent of sap, right? Because ascent means upward. So this is called ascent of sap. And this evaporation evaporation of water is called transpiration. This whole process of evaporation of water, which is, kind of produces pulling force also, but the evaporation happens through the stomata, mainly through the stomata, which are there on the surface of the leaves. So this evaporation of water is called transpiration. Now let's understand transpiration in detail. So what is transpiration and how it creates this pulling force with the help of which the water and minerals are, they are getting upward. They are moving upward. So the question is, what is transpiration? See, we know that plants, they keep on absorbing large quantity of water because of this transpiration. So plants keep on absorbing large quantities of water, and all this water is not used by the plant, of course. So what happens to the excess of water? This excess of water escapes in the form of vapor through stomata that are present in the leaves. And which process? With evaporation process. So this excess of water escapes in the form of vapor through stomata present on the leaves. And this process of losing water in the form of water vapor is actually transpiration. So we can say that even evaporation of water is transpiration, right? Now, this transportation, this transpiration of water from the leaves creates a suction pull that I just showed you here. See, because it is being transpirated here, the water is being transpirated, right? Because of this transpiration process, because of this evaporation process, there is this continuously. See, it's like, it's a thread like thing. Just imagine this blue line is a thread. So if you are passing the thread from here and if you are taking it out from here, then naturally the thread would go out and it will continuously come here like this. Same way, the water molecules that are present here, that they keep on pushing one another, right? And they go up. So with the help of this transpiration, that is evaporation process, what happens is this water molecules keep on going upward. So transpiration of water from leaves creates a suction pull. And this pull, this pulls the water upwards from the roots. So from here, the water keeps on going upwards. So this is kind of pulling sensation. So this force, this transpiration of water creates a suction pull which pulls the water upwards from the roots, and this force is so strong that it forces the water up high trees. We know that some trees are so high, right? But still the water can go there also, right? And this mechanism, this whole mechanism of transpiration, of pushing sensation, of pulling sensation, all these things, you can compare it with one process. When you drink with a straw, when you use a straw, there is this pull created by you when you suck a drink through a straw, right? So this mechanism of transpiration can be compared with this, okay, or can be seen like this. So this mechanism can be seen as the pull created by you when you suck a drink. So it is suck a drink. When you suck a drink through a straw, the water is coming through the straw upwards in your mouth. Now, see, we know that water is given out by transpiration, right? So naturally, more water is needed by the plant. And because more water is needed by the plant, more water is absorbed. So basically, this process of evaporation, of transpiration keeps on going. So naturally, this will remain blank, but this can't remain blank. And so, plant continuously is taking water. And this process is going on. continuously. Sometime it happened though that, when you miss to water a plant, so what happens is, okay, well, before that, let me tell you that this whole process also cools the plant. It's like you're sweating, when we sweat and when we sit below the fan, we feel so cool because the heat from our body goes out through this sweat, right? Similarly, with the help of transpiration, even the plants are getting cooled down. Okay, they are getting that cooling effect because of the transpiration, right? Now, see, if water is lost through transpiration more quickly, then what happens? So, what happens if the water keeps on going out through transpiration and it's not getting enough water? Then naturally, the plant cells will lose water. And when they lose water, the leaves, stem, flowers will droop. Okay? They will not bloom properly. They will not grow properly. And this process is called wilting. When plant cells lose water and leaves, stem, and flowers droop, then this process is called wilting. So this is how the whole process goes on, like transpiration. We have seen what is why water moves upward, and it is called transpiration, and we talked about transpiration in detail.